Miles Morales finds himself drifting in the endless corridors of the Spider-Verse, lost between dimensions after the chaos of the previous battle. His thoughts circle back to his family, the weight of being Spider-Man, and the friends he left behind. The void feels crushing, yet he refuses to give up, clinging to the belief that he will make it back home. The multiverse trembles around him, whispers of broken realities echoing in the silence. He knows this isn't just about survival, it's about saving everyone. Meanwhile, Gwen Stacy leads what remains of her team across collapsing gateways. The Spider Society has fractured, trust splintered after the fallout with Miguel O'Hara. Gwen feels the guilt heavy on her shoulders, knowing Miles is missing because she couldn't protect him. Determination burns in her though. She rallies Pavitr, Hobie, and the others to keep fighting. The multiverse can't hold itself together much longer. She vows to bring Miles back no matter the cost. Miguel O'Hara isolates himself, haunted by visions of worlds tearing apart. Once a leader, now he feels like a shadow of his former self, broken by his own mistakes. He blames himself for pushing Miles too hard and wonders if destiny can ever be rewritten. Alone in his lab, he studies unstable timelines, searching for a way to contain the collapse. Every path ends in destruction. Yet one thought lingers, maybe Miles truly is the key he refused to accept. Back in the void, Miles encounters echoes of other spider people, fragments of lives from collapsed realities. He sees flashes of versions of himself, heroes, failures, even ones who never became Spider-Man. These visions challenge him, forcing him to face his deepest fears of not being enough. One voice stands out, his father, reminding him of resilience and love. Miles realizes he must stop running from his choices. His strength isn't just his powers, it's his heart. Gwen and her team locate a flickering anomaly that might connect to where Miles is trapped. The danger is immense, dimensional storms and collapsing barriers, but Gwen insists on entering. Pavitr argues they need a better plan, while Hobie, ever the rebel, says plans are for cowards. Tension rises, but in the end, they step forward together. The risk is worth it. If Miles is still out there, they won't abandon him. Miles is pulled toward a strange beacon of light, a remnant of the web of life and destiny. He discovers that parts of the great web still exist, connecting broken strands across realities. A mysterious spider avatar, weakened but alive, guides him through. The avatar explains that every spider person is a thread keeping balance, and too many threads have been severed. If the web dies, every world will collapse into nothingness. Miles feels destiny closing in. Gwen's team breaks through the dimensional storm, each step a battle against disintegration. Pavitr saves civilians falling through cracks between worlds, while Hobie smashes unstable barriers, forcing paths open. Gwen fights with everything she has, clinging to the hope that Miles is on the other side. Just as the storm nearly consumes them, they see Miles standing before the fractured web. Relief floods her chest, though danger still looms. The reunion is brief, bittersweet, and filled with unspoken words. Gwen wants to hug him, but the collapsing reality forces them back to urgency. Miles shares what he's learned. The web is failing, and the only way to restore it requires immense sacrifice. He doesn't know if he's strong enough. Gwen tells him he's never been alone, reminding him that Spider-Man isn't about destiny but choice. For the first time, Miles believes her. Miguel, driven by guilt and desperation, arrives unexpectedly. The tension is sharp. Miles still remembers being hunted by him. Yet Miguel's tone is different now, quieter, broken. He admits he was wrong, that he saw Miles as a threat when he was really a chance to change everything. Miles hesitates but knows forgiveness might be the only way forward. Together, they decide to face the coming storm. The Spot returns, transformed into something almost unrecognizable. He has consumed so many realities that he is no longer a man, but a swirling storm of black holes. His power has grown beyond comprehension, and his grief has twisted into rage. He blames Miles for everything. For his loss, his pain, his transformation. The Spot vows to unmake the web itself, erasing every spider person who ever lived. The final battle is inevitable. The spider team gathers Miles, Gwen, Miguel, Hobie, Pavitr, and countless others rallying one last time. They know this could be their end, but the multiverse depends on them. For a brief moment, they share laughter, courage, and small reminders of humanity before the war. Miles looks at them, realizing Spider-Man isn't a mask. It's a family, and no family breaks without a fight. The battle erupts across dimensions, shifting from collapsing skyscrapers to oceans of stars. Gwen and Hobie strike hard, distracting the spot while Pavitr saves trapped citizens scattered through broken worlds. Miguel leads with strategy, holding fragile pathways open with sheer will. But it is Miles who dives deepest, chasing the spot into the heart of the web. Their fight is not just physical. It's a clash of grief, hope, and choice. Inside the core of the web, Miles sees visions of what could be. His father alive, his family safe, worlds healed. The spot tempts him, offering him a chance to rewrite his pain if he lets the web collapse. For a moment, Miles falters. His heart aches for what he's lost, but he remembers his father's words. True strength is choosing others above yourself. He rejects the illusion, standing firm. Enraged, the spot unleashes his full power, tearing holes in every direction. Miles is struck, nearly consumed, but Gwen and the others arrive in time, shielding him. They fight together, their bonds weaving tighter than any web. The web itself responds, glowing brighter as their unity grows. For the first time, the spot begins to falter, his rage no longer enough to hold against their strength. But the web is still unraveling. Miguel realizes someone must sacrifice themselves to stabilize the threads. For a moment, he prepares to step forward, believing this is his redemption. Miles stops him, insisting it doesn't have to be one person. It can be all of them together. They channel their energy into the web, weaving their threads into its fabric. It is painful, draining, but their combined spirit holds it together. The spot, weakened and broken, finally collapses. Instead of hatred, Miles shows him compassion. He tells him it's never too late to stop running from pain. For the first time, the spot's rage quiets, his form dissolving into silence. His story ends not as a monster, but as a man lost in grief. Miles knows this victory is not about defeating enemies, but about healing wounds. As the web stabilizes, the Spider-Verse begins to rebuild. Collapsed worlds reform, broken threads reconnect, and echoes of lost spider people flicker back into existence. The team looks around, exhausted but alive, knowing they've given everything they had. Miguel bows his head, finally at peace, while Gwen smiles through tears. Miles feels the weight lift. He didn't just survive, he chose to believe in something greater. They return to their own worlds, each carrying scars but also hope. Gwen finds comfort in her band, reconnecting with her love for music. Pavitr brings joy back to his city, celebrating life. Hobie remains the wild rebel, but one who now trusts in family. Miguel works silently to rebuild the Spider Society, this time with compassion instead of control. Each of them changed forever. Miles walks through Brooklyn, the skyline familiar and alive. His mom greets him with a hug, unaware of how close the world came to ending. He feels his father's presence in every heartbeat, carrying his memory like a shield. Miles knows the web will always need spider people, but for once, he allows himself to breathe, to just be a kid again. Still, he smiles, ready for whatever comes next. The movie closes with Miles standing on a rooftop, mask in hand, the city lights glowing beneath him. Gwen appears beside him, their bond stronger than ever, forged in fire and choice. They don't know what the future holds, but they don't need certainty. Together, they leap into the night, their webs intertwining, reminding the audience that Spider-Man isn't about one hero. It's about all of them, across every world.